Hi guys, welcome back to another video. As you guys can see in the title, we are definitely going to be talking about Jada's red table that happened last night. I felt like I needed to sleep on this one, so I didn't want to just rush into doing the video and just speaking out of my emotions, because honestly it was a lot. So definitely do stay tuned, like, comment and subscribe, and thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. Okay, where do I begin? Right, well, first of all guys, if you haven't watched my first video prior to this coming out, then definitely go and watch that, because I really feel like a lot of the things that I said definitely came across that way in this red table. I felt like Jada was transparent. I felt like she was open. I like the fact that it was her and Will was the interrogator, if you want to call it that, and he was walking her through what happened. And the reason why I love that is because it made it really personal and it made it really intimate. You can definitely see that it's not something new to him, although he did seem quite hurt, so we're gonna get into that in a bit. But it's nice to know that as a married couple they can have these very difficult conversations. So, oh gosh, first of all guys, sorry if I'm going all over the place. It's just because there is so much, so I'm gonna try and make it as simple as possible. Let's just address a few things. Okay, so Jada and Will, by the way, I'm gonna boldly say that they are one of my favorite couples. Now this is a couple that's been married for years. We're talking about maybe around 1997 or something like that. Like, they've been married for years, and this is something that happened 4 years ago. 4 years ago is not a long time. Like, 4 years ago was just the other day. This is something that happened recent, and the reason why I say that is because Jada was just like, you know, this happened years ago. Like, years ago, babe. 4 years ago is not that long ago. But this is a couple also that's been very open and very transparent with their relationships, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I mean, it was in a recent video that Jada was saying that after years of being married with Will, she doesn't know him. They've allowed us in on every part of their relationship, the perfect and the imperfect, as we know that there are no perfect relationships, but they've definitely not been afraid to show us the imperfections within their relationships, and that's what I love about them. When I was on Twitter yesterday or on social media, as soon as this came out, so many people was literally running for Jada. Like, people started captioning this entanglement situation, and what is entanglement, and oh, entanglement this and entanglement that. Let me just clarify something, because, and let me know if it's just me, but I had to go look at the definition of entanglement because the way everybody was literally going on about it. So, the action or fact of entangling or being entangled, a complicated or compromising relationship or situation. In today's day and age, we will refer it as a situationship. Why everybody is running up at Jada and dragging her for that, I don't understand, because the majority of people in this day and age have been entangled. They've been in situationships. They've been in compromising relationships. Like, I was honestly, you lot, like, the level of hypocrisy I was seeing on socials yesterday, bruh, let's just keep it moving, like, because it was a lot. Let's not forget, Will is not innocent. Like, Will has also cheated, by the way. Like, he's also had his side chick. So I don't know, I feel like people literally nitpick certain things and love to run with it, and I don't do that. I don't play with that. The interview was everything and more that I thought it was going to be. I knew that she was going to be open. I knew she was going to be transparent. That's the kind of woman that I interpret her to be. So I was like really happy about that. I was happy at the fact that she did not hold back, and I was also happy at the fact that Will would call her out whenever she would try to beat around the bush, or whenever she would try to sugarcoat something, especially with the whole entanglement thing. He was like, entanglement? Like, baby girl, say it how it is. It was a relationship. And I loved how Will did that. And they're not afraid to just they're not afraid to face things. Like, this is what I like. You know, like sometimes with relationships, it's like couples tend to beat around the bush, or like it's like they're treading on glass or something like that. Like, they're afraid to say certain things because all the other person's gonna get offended. Like, one thing that they have learned is the art of not getting offended. Offense, like, is such a strong, it's more than an emotion, of course, but it's like, it's such a strong thing that when people get offended, it really does ruin relationships, and it really limits, and it really stops people from expressing themselves how they really want to express themselves. And I love the fact that they've learned to be able to speak freely without being offended. You know, they've learned to argue, they've learned to debate, they've learned to discuss things. Like, and to me, that is one level of maturity that a lot of relationships are lacking. It's that communication. Like, they have learned a level of communication that if a lot of people learn to actually pick that from them and learn that from them, then they wouldn't worry about one small word entanglement that she said and run with it, and actually be like, wow, do you know what, like, I would actually give them credit for the way that they spoke about things. Now, one thing that Jada said, which I completely agree, is I don't know why after so many years August decided to be open about this, though he did say though he did say in his video that, you know, he just got to the point where it's about his freedom, you know, and it's about not, this is a pain. You can tell that this is something that caused all of them pain. August, Jada and Will, you know, this is something that affected all of them, and you can clearly see that it's still an open wound. So I can understand why he would speak about it, and she did kind of give us a hint that they have not spoken for years, and maybe it would have been nice for them to speak that, but maybe it would have been maybe it's too painful for him to relive that and to revisit that. I obviously went on to explain how they were separated at the time when this happened. This is not the first time that they have separated within their marriage. They've been open about that. And another thing that was really, like, I just couldn't understand is why people was trying to drag Jada as if you've never done something out of a place of pain. She did say a lot of things that were like, okay, you know, when she, because obviously initially the interaction with August, or the introduction with August was helping him, you know, that was her initial thing. It was, you know, helping him and having that desire to help him, and then it turned into something else. You know, he became a crush for her to lean on when things were going on with her and Will. Do you know, when I think about it, I can think of more than a handful of people that have experienced that type of thing, that I know, that have been married, that have gone through things within their marriage, and then they have leaned on somebody else and things have happened. Like, these things happen, like, this happens to people. Why are people acting as if she's murdered somebody? Like, I don't understand. Why are people acting as if she's talking trash, or she's just talking, like, just to talk? This actually happens. Like, married people actually do that. But you know what, not a lot of married people are actually as honest and transparent as they are, or as they have been. And you can tell that it even extends even to their kids. This is a culture that they have cultivated within their family, to be open, transparent, to communicate without fear, you know, to create an environment where it is safe to speak. Now, a lot of people were saying how Will looked really hurt, and all of the memes that was going on, it definitely did seem like he was hurt. And when he was saying how he's definitely gonna get her back, and she was like, you got me back already, definitely they have done it on both sides. They have both cheated, and it's cheating because they were separated but they were still married. They have both done it. I never hold people's relationship as, oh, relationship goals. I look at relationships and I'm like, oh wow, I love this aspect of your relationship, and I love that about your relationship. But I never look at relationships and be like, oh, you are the epitome, you are the epitome of what a relationship should be. Like, no, bro. Like, the only relationship that is the relationship to be is how Christ loved the church. And I ain't seen nobody dying for no bride. I love how Will was like, you know, when they first got together, and he said about him loving her regardless of anything, and she never believed it. And she's evidently seen that that is actually true. I love it, guys. I'm sorry, I love everything about that interview. She definitely did mention that about her being from, you know, her having a broken childhood. And sometimes when you have a broken childhood, or you've got so many broken pieces inside of you, you kind of get attracted to brokenness, because you project it as you wanting to help other people, because maybe it's something that you never had, so you want to give that to other people because you wish that that's how other people helped you and helped you heal. We can overcompensate certain things through our actions, and we feel like we need to give ourselves more because we never received that, or we were never deserving of that. So we don't want somebody else to go through that. It was a lot, like it was a lot, and there's a lot that she revealed, and also there's a lot that she didn't reveal, which she didn't need to reveal. A lot about her past. Now I did say in my previous video that if this was the other way around, looking at the age gap, you know, this is a woman who, a young guy was broken, he was vulnerable, and a lot of people could see that she took advantage of him. A lot of people could see that, you know, she somehow manipulated. I don't want to use the word manipulated because that's quite a strong word, but she possibly manipulated his emotions. What do I mean by that is that she knew that she was strong enough to deal with it, but she allowed herself to take advantage of somebody giving her what her emotion needed at the expense of his pain. She still went ahead and used him, even though she knew she couldn't love him the way he needed to be loved. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that's where her fault is, and I think she knows that, and I think she definitely feels that pain. I do feel like maybe she will reach out to him. Maybe they will both reach out to him, because they're the kind of people that they own up. I do feel like they can see the pain that he's going through, and you know, they have each other to comfort each other. August doesn't have that. Like, I don't feel like he has that. I feel like I just feel like he's trapped, you know. I don't know if you guys were aware that even yesterday, back and forth, like not even long after that video was released, he was going back and forth with Keke Palmer. It was a bit odd, but I kind of felt like he was kind of manifesting, or he was definitely hurt, and I don't think he would have been hurt by the things that was said. Maybe her referring to their relationship as an entanglement maybe hurt him, because he possibly felt like it was a lot more, and she kind of pushed him aside. Jada did mention that when her and Will started to work things out, he kind of stepped away, and maybe that kind of hurt him. Maybe he kind of felt just pushed aside. Maybe he kind of felt rejected. Maybe he kind of felt like, oh, so I was just kind of like somebody just to like play with, or somebody just to be there, like. And maybe that kind of hurt him. I did feel like him going back and forth yesterday was not even towards or targeted directly towards Keke. I felt like it was just him expressing the pain, and it was a lot. Like, I feel like this situation, like, it's not even like a laughing matter. I hope that it gets resolved. I have a feeling it will get resolved. I have a feeling that they will reach out to each other, or they will reach out to him. And yeah, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot. I don't know what you guys think, but I just feel like I was shocked. I was shocked because I expected it, but I didn't expect it. Do you know what I mean? And I hope that Will doesn't go and get her back for it. I don't know if he was joking or not. I don't know his humor like that, but there was definitely some pain from Will's side. even though they have spoken about it behind closed doors, I believe so. But you know, when you talk about something but then you relive it, or you talk about it in detail, then you relive it, it's kind of like it brings up back that pain. I just like how they can just heal together, you know, like they're not afraid to do it together. I hope that they stay together, man. I hope that they don't separate, because honestly, and I really hope that God just intervenes in their relationship, because they have gone through it. But I think I've pretty much covered a lot. There's probably a lot of things that I didn't cover. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and obviously give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.